Good evening, America. Welcome to Fox News Tonight. I'm Lawrence Jones. So, President Joe Biden is in the middle of a massive corruption scandal. Whistleblowers have produced credible evidence that his son was involved in cricket business dealings overseas. Hunter was trading on his father's name, and the evidence suggests that Joe Biden was involved. So, how have Joe Biden and Democrats reacted to those allegations? Do they plan on answering the American public's legitimate questions about Joe Biden's involvement? Have they clarified to us the Biden's DOJ role in investigating these alleged crimes? No, they haven't. They pretended that the bombshell revelations simply don't exist.
Did you never speak about business? Did you lie about never speaking to Hunter about business deals? Have you remained calm, Mr. President? Ever spoken, Mr. President?
Joe Biden doesn't care what you think about his family's influence peddling. Your legitimate concerns don't matter to him. In Joe's mind, the Bidens are above the law. They're untouchable. That's why he's acting like nothing happened. Joe Biden invited Hunter to Thursday night state dinner with the Prime Minister of India, where Hunter socialized with the liberal power brokers. Hunter then spent the weekend with the president at Camp David. So what were they doing there? Isn't it strange that the president invited his son for a getaway weekend just days after a whistleblower tied Hunter's illegal behavior to the president? Were they crafting a joint legal defense strategy? I mean, we don't know because nobody cares to ask. Of course, this all comes after Hunter Biden pled guilty to a gun charge and tax violations. Hunter owned a gun while addicted to crack cocaine. If you didn't know, that's a federal crime. Joe Biden used to advocate for stern punishments for crack addicts.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to blur that out. Excuse me. It was just Hunter holding a gun with terrible trigger finger discipline. Actually had his finger on the trigger, which, as we all know, you're not supposed to do. Keep your finger high. All right. And completely naked. Yeah, so definitely not going to show that. All right. Now, his twigs and berries were like blurred out already, but yeah, YouTube ain't going to really like, holding the firearm like that too much. So yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be blurred out. But I want to say there's a rapper by the name of Kodak Black who actually Trump pardoned, who was arrested, and I want to say given like a 3-year sentence. I want to say it was like 3 years for basically the same thing Hunter did. The same thing. I want to say his lawyers actually came out and touched on it as well, like how unfair that was. So, man, I'm frustrated, but I'm also happy that stuff like this is happening because it's opening people's eyes to what's actually going on. Especially like black folks, right? Black folks see a rapper get arrested for one thing, but then the president's son do something that's the same or very, very similar. And, oh, now I see, like I feel like it starts to wake people up a little bit more than they already were, because now I feel like a lot of people are starting to wake up to the truth. Now, there are still a lot of zombies, which scares me. Right? It definitely scares me. But I do think that we are moving in the right direction in terms of people waking up to the truth. People realizing, hey, when they are continuously airing one thing, make sure you're digging for what else is going on. Make sure you're digging. For example, the recent submarine situation. I saw and came across so many videos of people saying, hey, what are they distracting us from? Why are we seeing this so much? Why do we care so much about, these rich folks in the submarine? At that time, they were suspected to be, still floating or at the bottom of the ocean. We didn't know that time had run out already, or that it had a catastrophic collapse or implosion, whatever they call it. But it was just interesting to see so many people coming out and saying that. And it's just like, whoa. 4 years ago, you wouldn't have seen something like that. You wouldn't have seen people talking about that while this big news story was going on. People just would have been enamored, just focused on the submarine. Not, hold on, wait. what's going on behind the scenes? What are they not showing us? You know, they keep trying to put the submarine in our face, but what's over there? It's waking people up, and I think it's a beautiful thing. But what do y'all think? Let me know.
Have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, $1/4 of $1. We passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
So Biden gets together with the racist Thurmond, but does not apply the same standard to his son Hunter. They gave him a...
Anybody need any more proof that Joe's racist? Let me run it back.
Judge doesn't have a choice.
So Biden gets together with the racist Thurmond, but does not apply the same standard to his son Hunter.
So for everybody else, except for his white son, it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. You know, and the only reason why I'm throwing race in it is because Democrats do it all the time to us. All the time. All the time. I think it's about time we throw it back at them. Sounds a bit racist to me, Joe. That was a black person, you would throw him in jail. We've seen it time and time again. But since it's your white son, oh no, we can't throw this white kid in jail. He's a good kid. Oh, Joe. Maybe I should be talking to the black voters about that one. I don't know. My Hispanic brothers and sisters as well. Sounds like Joe's a bit racist. Putting together bills with racists. Letting off his white son. I don't know. Sounds like a racist to me. Huh? You know, they always accuse Trump of being racist, but hey, here's hard evidence. You know, I'm just saying.
They gave him a sweetheart deal, which is rich seeing that Joe Biden was the chief architect of the crime bill. You know, the bill that sent hundreds, if not thousands of black men to prison for those same crimes.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
So much.
Joe! Jim Crow Joe back at it again. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Jim Crow Joe back at it again. By the way, go to DocRichClothing.com. Check out my wonderful merch. Thank you to everyone that's already made a purchase. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. But yes, Jim Crow Joe back at it again. Oh man, goodness gracious. It doesn't, I mean, my
will,
goodness.
or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
So much passion. When Hunter smokes crack, doesn't pay his taxes, and runs around with a firearm, he's a sympathetic victim of the Republican outrage mob. But when black males do the same thing, they're predatory monsters. Look, I get it. As I travel around the country and covering the stories that not only impact middle America, but also urban America, I realize that so many people have the same grievances. The white farmer in Iowa and the black barbershop owner in Detroit both know that the rich and well-connected play by different rules. That's why the ruling class wants us to hate each other. That's why they try to divide Americans by race. They want to distract us from the fact that the rule of law doesn't apply to any of them.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
And also, if we want to stay on this race topic, amongst Democrats, because they love to throw skin color around. They love it. They absolutely love it. So let's throw it back at them a little bit. Isn't it funny how a lot of these woke Democrat leftists and these big, rich, woke CEOs are always preaching about diversity? But have you ever noticed something? That most of them are white. Kind of interesting how that works, isn't it? The president of the United States talking about DEI and diversity, and he's white. The CEO of X company or this company, oh no, we need diversity and inclusion, and it all comes from a white person leading the crew. Why don't you step aside and let a black person do it, or a Hispanic, or anybody else of color? Why is it always a white person that's trying to lead it? I'm just asking. It was just a thought that popped up in my mind. Like, while all these Democrats are all preaching about, oh yeah, we need diversity, we need but yet they always put a white person in a leadership position. I'm just saying. Let's throw it back at them. They always throw race at us. Oh, Republicans are racist. They're terrible folks and blah, 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 blah. Republicans care about the best person for the job. Don't matter if you're white, black, blue, purple, tall, short, fat, skinny, gay, straight. Don't matter. You could be 4'11". If you're the best person for the job, by all means, I want you at said job. You could be 500 pounds. If you're the best person for the job, if you're the most qualified and you do it the best, you best believe I want you at said job. I don't care about your weight. I don't care about your sexual orientation, what you prefer to do. If you're the best person for the job, I want you. It's just that simple. Democrats are always preaching about skin color and all this, and yet it's all coming from rich white people trying to lead the show and tell black people to follow them because they want diversity. I don't know. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Have you ever stopped and thought about that? Like, am I tweaking? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Let me know. But this stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. And once again, I'm a little bit happy that it's happening because they are getting exposed at how corrupt they actually are, in my humble opinion. Allegedly, Kodak Black rapper, who Trump pardoned, did the same thing or something similar to Hunter. And like I said, I want to say he was given like a 3-year sentence. But Hunter gets nothing? That's interesting. I'm just saying. Just literally a slap on the wrist. That's it? Nothing. Sheesh. Kind of funny how that's coming from the Democrat Party, isn't it? It all comes full circle. The famous line of Jin Saki, it always circles back. It always circles back. They circle back to their true selves. We know their origins. They tried to hide it for a while. They tried to cover it up. Make it seem like, nah, that's not us. But they could only suppress it for so long. I'm sure that has to be terrible for them, right? I'm sure it has to be horrible for them to try to suppress their true feelings all the time. Eventually, they have to let it out. Eventually, they have to push for segregated dorms on college campuses. Eventually, that has to happen. Eventually, they have to give their white sons more, special privileges over black folks, right? Allegedly, right? Eventually, it has to spill out at some point. I'm just saying. But don't mind me. I'm just a, small YouTuber who makes videos from time to time telling my stupid little opinion, okay? Don't mind me. But anyway, thank you for watching to this point. If you are still tuning in, greatly appreciate you. It's really going to help out with the YouTube algorithm. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.